Hey, what's up guys? So Clean, this is going to be a big online 2v2 massive sea battle. So I am going to be the Prussian forces that you can see before you. I fast forwarded the battle just so we could get into the thick of it. So my plan was to bring two of these ironclads to the Koenig and then the Sirius. So these are going to be leading the charge. These are steamship ironclad vessels. So to back that up, I then have three of these 64 ship of the lines right here. And then in the back, I do have another steamship. My ally has gone for, I believe, two of these 80-gun steamships and then two ironclads as well. So we have gone mostly for a very heavy build that relies on sort of more modern technologies. So with the steam, that allows us to go upwind. Our opponents, on the other hand, you can see right here, are mostly relying on traditional ship of the lines. Actually, this guy has two ironclads. However, he has deployed downwind, whereas we have grouped together. The Great Britain, however, has gone for four of these 106-gun first rate, so he's sort of gone for the more modern approach in the sense of just stacking tremendous amounts of guns on his ships. In any case, you can see our vessels steaming literally upwind right here, and we're trying to get the advantage of the wind on the high side, and we're putting off our manual shots into our opponent, starting to pick off some of his men, so he's already lost 4 cannons. And because we have these steamships, we don't have to worry about the wind. So Mira, for instance, is going to be a ship of sail, so she has to rely on, I'm not sure what is allowing her to go upstream right here, but in Napoleon you can kind of go upwind, so it's going to be slow going to say the least. Anyways, we're going to be circling around our prey. Our goal was to isolate some of the forces, so we went ahead and fledged forward, and because of the deployment of our forces like this in a massive boat, we can kind of get shots off all at the same time. Leading my assault are going to be, again, the Sirius and the Koenig. So these guys have massive health because of their iron reinforced hulls. And the 106 gun ships are going to be putting on some damage onto our guys. However, we are pretty far away. But just looking at this, seeing the incoming shots that they have to face, it's going to be very, very damaging to them. So what I would recommend he does at this point is, to do an about face and try and retreat back to his ally. But it's a bit too late. He's still forging forward. And at least he does have this ironclad up front, so he's not taking tremendous amounts of damage. But just look at what he's facing right here. That's a lot of arcs of fire that he's not going to be able to hold up very long for that. So our goal of just outmaneuvering our opponents using these steam vessels and then tanking any return fire with our ironclads is working so far. And yeah, look at all these shots we're getting off without any really return fire from the Austrian player. Great Britain has been left in the distance just because we don't want to tangle with those guns. However, he is picking off our rear troops. At least it's a 80-gun ship of the line in the back. But yeah, all these volleys going off, this is going to no doubt crack his forces. And we have more of these steamships moving quicker than his own forces, and we're going to try and cut them off and just get lots of lines of fire. I know some of you guys don't particularly enjoy sea battles. I know one of you said at least that it was kind of boring. I think these battles are actually very fun. They're a nice change of pace. And you guys have recommended that I try and play, I believe Fall of the Samurai is supposed to have good naval combat. However, I haven't actually downloaded that game. I never got that expansion, so I haven't really been able to experience it. But if it's something worthwhile for naval engagements, then I definitely will try and do that. Anyways, we're getting a lot of shots off here. He's trying to break through and get dual shots on our guys. However, this force right here, he's not going to last very long. I think this ship is about to explode, something that's very cool that I love to see in these engagements. So we'll keep an eye out for that. His ships are all caught in this trap of death, I would say, and they're trying to pour their way out of this, but we have all the venues blocked off. My ship over there, the Epervier, or no, that's my allies, has decided to stay put and just pour on the fire. More and more of our ships are going to be getting complete surround. Now we're going to be tanking with our ironclads. They're going to start getting some fire off on these 106 gun ship of the lines. But yeah, look at this. Definitely just outmaneuvering these guys. This ironclad is going to go down, and I believe this ship that's on fire, as I was saying earlier, should be in the process of blowing up really soon. So that's definitely something I'm going to try and catch on camera for you guys, because yeah, the explosions are just ridiculous in this game. They're almost like mini atomic bombs. As I said, I'm coming in with the Koenigs and these heavy ironclads cutting across this side, so they're going to get dual shots on these guys. These guys are sandwiched on all sides, and then I'm kind of shielding for that. Oh, here we go. It's going to catch on fire, and soon this guy, boom, should explode. There we go. Dual explosions on both of our vessels. So There goes the obliteration of the Austrian force. This guy is now on fire as well. We're going to almost go ahead and ram him, it seems like. Turning about, and that's going to be point blank range shots from our guys. That is not going to be boding well for this force. He's surrendering, so when they do surrender, I don't think they fire. However, you can go on manual control and just decide to outright blast these guys. So we are now reforming, and we're going to try and tango with these 106 106 rate ships of the line. My ally here with the ironclads is doing pretty good amount of damage. However, against these guys with superior firepower, he will be taking a lot of hull damage, so he is risking a bit of that. Over here, these 106 ship of the lines are going to be catching the wind at their back, and they're going to be pulling away, trying to take these guys who have been isolated. Myself, on the other hand, I'm going to be reforming my troops here. Yeah, I did get off some shots. Here I'm going, you can see the red line here. I'm going to just manually target this guy, and I don't accept his surrender, so to speak. So I'm going to try take out more of these guys and make sure he's going to go down with all hands on ship. These various forces here, you can see I'm pulling them all back. Over on this flank, the last Austrian force, the Albatross, seems to be waiting for, I think he was repairing his ship. Anyways, he's going to be waiting to re-engage. Over on this side here, we do have something that's very interesting, is kind of a collapse of these two ships. So the Caesar is going to be coming point blank up to this 106 rate. Maybe not the best engagement, but it is going to be a very interesting one. The other ironclad is moving up here, but it's taking full broadsides from the resistance. And it is dropping his health. However, you can see he is very, very high in health. The rest of Great Britain's vessels are going to be moving. He does, however, look at this, the flag, he does have a lot of damage on this side of his ship, so what he should be doing is turning about, coming back upwind, because he's presenting his weakest side. Right here, these two 106 rates are basically having a very good angle of fire against these guys. They're going to be shooting straight into the front of these troops. Very dangerous. And a lot of point-blank fire between these vessels. Devastating. And then there we're going to get a little bit of a ramming action. So this is utter chaos on this side. However, it looks like with the double envelopment right here, these 106 rates should be more than enough to deal with these guys. My own forces that tried to approach this 106 gun Hector class ship, yeah, he's going to be demolishing my troops that get close, and my Koenig Ironsides is going to stop, and I think he's going to retreat and repair, or at least hold off here. But the rest of our fleet is going to be coming in. Now over here, we did, I think, lose one of our ships here. Yep, the Ironclad is retreating. And, yeah, these 106 rates are just too strong, so they're going to be wheeling about, trying to do a lot more damage. This guy is, this is an enemy ship. He's putting in a lot of fire on Great Britain, and he's just splitting up his Vengeance and various other ships to just destroy these guys from the back. So, actually, our flagships over on this side have been taking a lot of damage. Dual fire from these ships broadside. He's making the most use of his extreme firepower, positioning them on both sides for maximum shots, and then he's warding off some of my vessels. You can just see this ship here is just going to be sinking while he's moving forward. That's unfortunate. So this is a steamship, the Irresistible, maybe not so much. His death now seems to be what is going to be least resistible. So he's going to be plowing forward, sinking into the icy waters. These 106 rates are still kicking ass. These guys are tremendous. You want to be wary of these guys. And he's going to pull one of them off, I believe, and start repairing it. So definitely a smart move, because these guys are, you know, they're taking a lot of damage from up close. Yeah, this Ironclad is dealing a lot of damage. He still has 56 guns to 55, so it looks like we have the advantage additionally in hull strength as well, especially with the... oh, this guy is actually... This is an opponent, so he still has more of these than I realized. He's tangoing with one of my 64 guns, and then he's also putting in some face-on shots against this Ironclad. So it's kind of evening up as opposed to where it was before. Now I do have more guys who are coming in and repairing, so I'm going to be pulling these guys, but they're a ways off. So if Great Britain, yeah, you can see here he is. Oh no, that's our guy, the Ironclad. But if this guy is able to neutralize some of our forces, then he basically has 3 of these 106 gun ship of the line still active, still doing a lot of damage to us. However, I think this... Oh, that was my ally. So that volley right there took out the general on this deck, and you can see most of these guys are just dead, and they're just getting shot from all angles. So this Great Britain player is still very resilient. He did lose one of his guys. However, it looks like he's come back from routing. shaken. So if he doesn't get out of there, he's going to be suffering some of the volleys that I'm trying to put on. So that's why I'm turning these guys right here. And I'm trying to just knock that guy out with the remainder of my forces. So a good volley from a ship that's still relatively well handled. Trying to keep this guy from reforming and seeking cover. And now I'm going to be turning my Sirius ship to get some broadsides. And also my ally right here with his Pandora. He still has most of his guns. So let's go ahead and watch this broadside. Actually, he's going for chain shot. So it looks like he's trying to disable the rigging on that ship, which is a good move. However, he should have taken the opportunity to just outright destroy this guy. That's what I'm going to be doing. But you can kind of see some of the details here, the patchwork, all these planks on the ship. That looks really funny, but that's what happens when you go ahead and repair your vessel. It does improve some of the hull strength. But yeah, this guy is retreating back into the support of these 106 rates, and it looks like he has all three of them lined up. So as long as he turns them around and uses the more healed side, they should be in a good position. This ship of the line is probably not wanting to tango right here. However, it looks like he's kind of sacrificing himself to put on some damage. And this volley is targeting a different ship, so at least we're breaking up some of the fire that he's getting off. But this guy's going to have to pull out deftly. He doesn't want to face 4 of these 106 guns, because look at this. This guy has now returned to the battlefield. Not many guns left, but he does have a decent amount of hull strength. And as I said, there you go. He's going to start repairing. And I wonder if we could even see some of those repairs in action. Yeah, it looks like those guys are just working on the decks, hammering away at various things. So it's kind of funny to see the little details here. But yeah, these guys have kind of stabilized and they're reforming. You can just see how quickly the health bars actually heal up. So that's what I'm actually doing with some of my vessels here. The Irresistible is on its way down. But here we go. I'm reforming my ship. So I have the Ironclad here down to almost half strength with its guns. But over here, combined fire of our various forces at a distance are going to be tangoing with 2 of these ships. And yeah, we do have a decent amount of our guns left. So these once formidable ships are going to be eating it. And yeah, we're definitely crushing into the hull strength. So that's why he's going to stop this vessel here, try and repair it. Because a couple more volleys and this guy would probably start sinking. So he's going to do just that. We're not going to allow that. We're going to concentrate fire on this dude. There you go. Putting in more shots, so he's going to be coming down. These 2 ships over here we're repairing, so that's a very big problem because they still have a decent amount of their guns. So I'm going to be coming in to try and neutralize that. Pull this guy off here to shoot in the flank. However, that's 2 ships against 2 good ships. He's going to kind of wake up and stop his repairs, and he's going to put off the shots against my men. So kind of a tense fight on that side. Over here, as I was saying, he's going to do an about face, try and get into the wind to get some more distance, and then do an about face and use his more green side of the ship's hull. So that's this side is more green, so he's going to be turning around soon. Same with this vessel. He's going to be trying to do an about face, and he may actually be trying to reform and help these ships out over on this side. At this point, 2 ships right here are engaging the 1. He should have kept this guy to reinforce. However, he's kind of leaving this 1 vessel stranded. That's a bit of a problem for him. So now they're going to be trying to reform on this low side. And it looks like they do have some of these guys coming back in. I'm not sure if this is one of our forces or not. Nope, this is one of our guys. Okay, so the Ironclad came back, so that's going to be a perfect way to keep these guys from retreating. It looks like this guy has just taken too much damage. The Vengeful is taking on some of the 4 guns from this guy, doing some damage, and once he gets past him, he's going to rake him with the broadside, so that should secure this guy's retreat. And now we're it's at our discretion to wheel these guys about. The steam ships are definitely very good because they can go against the wind, whereas these guys are at the mercy of the wind. So there we go. Killing the Admiral, so he's going out literally with a bang, so that's going to be a tremendous victory on our side. We'll be bringing in more ships to handle those guys. Right here, as I said, we're going to rake him with a bit of a broadside. So there you go, making sure he's going to be on the retreat. So there you go, he's completely surrendered. Here comes the smoking remains of this flagship. Well, the fires are put out now, but yeah, it's going down very, very quickly. This guy is listing very dramatically, and it looks like he's not going to be alive for very long. So we're continuing to put in a lot of shots on this guy. Looks like he's going to be sinking. The 1 remaining vessel here has a lot on his plate to deal with. However, look at this. He does have pretty good health. So this is the Hector. Keep that name in mind, because he's going to be the lone survivor against this just pack of ships bearing down on him. And we even have some forces such as the Merce back there, who's not even in combat, but they're going to be coming back in. Against this ironclad, yep, we're able to hold up just because of the reinforced hull of the ship. We don't have that many guns, but it's enough that we can tank the fire, hold this guy back, and just start picking off against him. He decides to face this way, I believe, so he can get some shots off against this Koenig, and he doesn't have too much at his back at this moment, so this is a pretty good angle of fire. However, look at this, the Pandora is going to be cutting across this guy, using the wind to cut in front of him. What we decided to do was just make sure to pick off these guys. Although he surrendered, I think that means he can't come back into the fight. We're deciding to just put in the final nails in his coffin. He's going to be going down. There you go, all these guys starting to abandon ship. And now we're all going to be bearing down on this guy. So his final death throes, but it's kind of over. And we're even repairing some of our ships, the ironclads, who are out of combat. At this point, I think me and my ally mutually decided that we wanted to sort of toy with our prey. So what you'll be seeing here is I think we've both selected chain shot. So you can see he still has his full sail. So instead of taking him out entirely, we're going to get in a good position and just try and clip his sails with chain shot. So there you go. We're both cutting into his sails. So that's going to be pulling the sails apart. So we're trying to just limit his ability to maneuver, which is pretty good, because if this were real life, that's probably what we would do. These ships are too valuable to sink, so in real life they'd probably try and take out some of the sails, neutralize it, and then board it. So that's kind of what we're trying to do. But yeah, with these 3 lines of fire on all sides, I think we're just going to end up taking him out. So he's still struggling, he's still trying to escape, but with you know, a ship that's about to lose its sails against a fleet of steamships, that's going to be it, essentially. But I hope you guys enjoyed these naval battles. I definitely like playing them, so I hope you guys don't mind me showing these. And I will take your advice into consideration about perhaps trying to play Fall of the Samurai naval battles. As I said, I haven't actually downloaded that. It's kind of expensive. I think it's like 30 bucks. But I heard that Fall of the Samurai is a very good DLC. Probably the best Total War has ever pulled out. Next to Medieval 2 Kingdoms. I did get that one back in the day. Admittedly, I just don't have enough time to play it, so it may not be worth my money. But if it's something you guys definitely recommend, you know, I can look into it. And here we go. The Hector, final ship of Great Britain, getting off his final volleys. Some of these guys are going to be climbing up the mast. I guess they're going to get ready to try and get some shots off against us. But look at this. They're climbing up right into the chain shots. This is the last place you probably want to be. Yeah, chain shot probably, if this were real, would have taken that guy out, cleaved him in half. But I think at this point we're going to have none of it, and we're going to switch to just full-on broadsides. It looks like this is exactly what the Caesar is trying to do. He was in the back of the fight, and he was repairing for a decent amount of the battle, and now he's coming back with a vengeance. So here we go. This is going to probably be one of the last volleys of the battle coming about. And they're taking fire first just because of the angle. That's going to limit this broadside. But here we go. The exchange on all flanks. And then my guy should be getting some shots off as well as these forces here. He's halted the Pandora. He's at a good angle. Continuing to just take out the sails. But there you go. It's the resilience of these ships is incredible. He still has 74 of his guns. So these are something to be aware of. But there we go. Going into full broadside. Cutting into the front, the back, the sides, everything. He's now at our mercy. So what we were trying to do was end this battle with a nice explosion. A couple more broadsides and he probably would have died. But that's going to be it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely a fun battle from my side. A nice change of pace, and I actually do like these really large-scale naval battles. They're very fun, very hectic, very cinematic. But yeah, there you go. So that's going to be it. See you next time.